you right now?
I am actually at my best friend's house. I had a gig in Manchester on the weekend, and so I had to drop off my my toy poodle, my little dog.
Wait, hold on, you have a toy? You really have a toy poodle?
Yeah, seriously.
Is the toy poodle near you? Like, can we see
No,
it?
he's out he's outside just because he'll be just too much. But I'll show you after, I promise. Um,
Oh my gosh, what is his name?
his name's Bailey. Bailey, and yeah, he's 1 December 21st. So yeah, my
How do
best friend
you?
and my mum's been looking after him. So
I
yeah,
was
I've
gonna
just
say,
come to
how do you?
get him.
I really want a dog so bad, but like, how do you have that end tour?
Well, I'm. This is what I'm saying. I'm kind of blessed to be able to rely on family and friends who absolutely love him as well, just as much as I do. So
I
yeah,
bet.
I'm really lucky in that regard. But to be honest, without them, I don't think I'd be able to do it. Honestly, because yeah, I'm away quite often. So
I, yeah.
yeah, and my nan, he goes to my nan sometimes. He's like 15-minute drive away from me. So
Where's
that
the name?
a grandma.
Oh, thanks for translation. It's amazing.
He's so cute. Yeah, my grandma's. So he'll go there sometimes, and he does have sitters who like are paid as well, but they're always quite busy also. So yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
really
God, you have
glad.
to schedule a dog sitter. I like on top of like getting preparing for leaving for
I
shows. That's
know. Yeah,
much.
it is quite intense, but we make it work. He's my baby for now. So
I
yeah,
love that. I've even thought about, well, you can, because me and my tour manager, I've talked about getting like a support pet, like for the road, like a tiny little dog that we can like fly
yeah,
with an airplane, you know? Have you ever
yeah,
flown with
yeah.
them?
Yeah, not yet. I want to though, but the thing is, coming back into the UK, they don't allow pets to fly into the UK, which is
Oh, at
really
all?
annoying.
Even a
No,
support
so you've
animal?
got to go through France and then drive. You've got to drive back from
Oh,
France.
that was so annoying for you.
Yeah, so that doesn't really work at the moment. Maybe when
It's so great because
I
in the US, you can, anywhere you can fly with a pet.
I know, that's great. But yeah, UK, you've got to stop off in France and then drive through the Eurotunnel. So yeah, not great.
How long does that take?
Takes about, I think, 4 to 5 hours, maybe more. Yeah.
Oh, no, that's too much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh
That would be
man,
an
okay.
awful lava.
So how did you get to hang out with your best friend? Where did you play this weekend? The warehouse project, or
Yeah,
what was it?
warehouse project. We've defected. So it's super fun. It was the lineup was
Nice
insane.
repping your stuff.
Hey, and congrats on your label as well. That's
Oh, thank
incredible.
you. Wow.
Honestly,
Yeah, I want to talk to you about. I saw that you. Wait, okay, yeah. So first of all, how's warehouse project?
it
Who?
was great. It was really fun. I had such a good time, and yeah, I played in the archive because I played there once. My first time I played there was in November with Patrick Topping, and his label. So I
Sick,
played in the
sick.
depot, and that was that was very overwhelming because I opened that stage. Have you been to Warehouse Project before?
Yeah, I played it last summer or last.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
obviously understand it's massive, like so. Yeah, that was
yeah.
very daunting opening that stage. But then this time I was in the archive room, which was a lot more intimate, and I kind of like really enjoyed it, like just being able to bounce off the energies that were in the room.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so that was really fun. I played some of my new music as well, testing it out on the crowd as you do, and it went down
How to
well.
go? Yes.
Yeah, people didn't stop dancing, which is a good sign. And yeah, awesome. And it was my first time driving that far. I drove 420 miles in total, it's like 9 hours there and then back. So yeah, it was a lot.
No
But
way. Did you
yeah,
do that the day before? You had to play, obviously, I hope.
I know I drove down on the actual day.
Shut up. That's
Yeah,
exhausting.
yeah, I was exhausted. So yeah,
Oh
this week's been
my,
about recovering.
oh
But
my God.
yeah,
Here I am complaining about being tired. Gosh, I hope that you find I feel like the music industry shuts down like end of next week or the week after though. So hopefully, for the holidays. So I hope that you get some I,
Yeah,
I plan
definitely.
on sleeping for 12 hours a night for the next week.
Yeah, I don't blame you, babe. Honestly, that tour sounds intense. But absolutely looked amazing. I love how receptive your crowds are, your audience. They really, really, they stick with you. It's great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was definitely it was the first time I did like a lot. I mean, I come from the band world. Like I have a, yeah, I come from like my parents were jam band kids, and like I went to school to play jazz piano and stuff. So to call this a live tour feels like an
Mm,
insult to bands. Like but I took away the DJ decks and I was using Ableton Live and then added a bunch of synths and stuff. And so
yeah,
the show is much more like dramatic and like a little bit slower and like more musical in ways.
musical,
Some
yeah.
people, and then we did Yes 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 after parties. And what was really fun about that was because because I had just played 2 hours of like more like beautiful music. I felt like
Hmm.
at the after parties, I could just like I don't give a fuck. Like I just play whatever the fuck I wanted. I just like just like
I love that.
my dick on the DJ table. I just didn't care as much, which made the parties
Yeah,
really fun.
yeah, yeah.
But also I think it confused the shit out of some people. I think they were like, "Wait, what? Like she's not DJing like in the main show?" It's definitely gonna take a moment. I'm trying to process like what did I learn from this? I liked because I made an album. This is the problem. I made an not the problem. The challenge was that I made an album that is like isn't really for the dance floor. Like the album had a lot of songs that I can't ever play out.
I get
And so
you.
like I wanted to put together this show so I can finally play them. It's
Hmm.
like my opportunity to just play the music that I'd made. But I think it was confusing for some people. It's an interesting balance, yeah, of like what people expect and energy levels but for the most part I found that people were really like I opened it with like a pre-recorded poem. Like it definitely was like really weird and like
Oh
kind of
wow,
like beatniky.
yeah.
It
I
was
love
fun
that.
though. It
You
was
got
fun for me.
creative.
So I saw
Um,
that you were a resident DJ for the theater. Oh,
y-
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah. Sorry, one sec. I was just gonna try and put on my Wi-Fi as well. I don't know if that's better. Where is it? Because am I glitching for you? Or am I okay?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I am okay. One sec. Do. Oh, okay, cool. Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Yay! Perfect.
Yay!
I was gonna say to you that I actually got a special message from you on my Spotify Wrapped. It's like,
Oh my god, you did!
yeah, I did. I was in your top percent of listeners. Can you believe it? I was like,
Wait,
that's such a
shut
coincidence.
up. Wait, can I tell you something?
Yeah,
That just made my day because so usually for Femme House Radio, there's a team at Femme House who like send ideas for artists to interview, and at this point, I rarely even like they just come in. I'm like, oh, this person looks awesome, great, would love to talk to them.
yeah.
I specifically hit you up. In fact, the woman who works
Oh,
for me at Femme House was like, "Whoa, I've never seen you like do a reach out like that." I reached out because I saw you playing. Were you playing with Annie Mac? Is that where I first saw you?
yeah, yeah. I was playing
And
with
I was,
Annie
and
Mac.
Annie was. I mean, I am obsessed with her. Like, she's the
Yeah,
first person I ever saw. She like, is. I mean, what? How many women can say that? So many, right?
I
So
know.
I follow her like she's God, and
She really
I
is
saw her.
good.
She really is God. And I saw her talk about you, and then I started following you, and just became obsessed. I
Oh,
love
babe.
what you are doing. I love
Thank
what you play.
you.
I love how musical you play. I think that you are so special. I was like, I have to figure out a way to talk.
Oh, that really means a lot. Wow, it's such a coincidence because I was actually like listening to your project on Spotify, and then I was also like looking at Femme House because like I've been following you and Femme House for a while, and you've just been a massive inspiration to like everything that I want to do over here in London. And I've started this thing called Melody Agency, and in the new year we're going to be putting on music production workshops and stuff for young women and stuff, and just to see what you've already done with Femme House
God,
is
this is
just so
incredible.
inspiring. So
What
yeah,
do
I
you
was
call
like,
it? Because like we do this thing called like Tech Crush Tuesday where we highlight folks who are doing things like that. What is it called?
it's called Melody Agency,
Melody
and it's
Agency.
Mellody, but I haven't actually done any workshops yet, because it was birthed out of me working at a record label and then needing to be able to um, sustain myself as an artist, but also work, I guess, as a freelance consultant. But I specialize in community radio plugging. And through that community radio enables me to connect with young people. And so the next step of the business is to, yeah, to empower, keep empowering like young producers, women, and yeah, just try and get more of a
You're a
community going
badass.
in
I
London.
fucking love that. However we can, I mean, marketing, however we can support that, I think that is so awesome. So when you
Thank
say
you.
community radio plugging, what, I mean, because like the radio system works so differently in the UK than out here.
Yeah, it does.
What,
So
yeah,
in the UK, you've got national radio, which
which is
is
like
BBC
BBC.
Radio One and Heart, Capital, Kiss, all those kind of stations, and then you've got the community radio network, and it's where people like Jaguar came up through as well. So we all had like a show on this station called Represent Radio, and it's classed as community radio. But they've also got Rinse FM. You might have heard of Rinse
Oh yeah,
FM.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Foundation FM. So all of these are like community radio stations, and so I've plugged some pretty good, like impressive artists to
Yes, like
community
who?
radio. Little Sims,
What?
Mines, Griff. Yeah,
So,
I've
like, do the artist teams reach out to you to like to get their?
So I work a lot with their label, and it enables me to, because basically I used to work for Warner Records. When I left, they still wanted to use me to do the plugging, which was a massive, massive compliment. So
No
I continue
shit.
to do it. Yeah, I continue to do it, and that's kind of what I do alongside DJing and music, and so it kind of funds me, like pays my rent and stuff.
That is
Then
amazing. Good
obviously
and then you can do it like remotely and wherever you are.
yeah,
Wow, that's
exactly.
amazing.
Then the main thing is I want to expand it, so I'm going to be doing something with the Roundhouse next year and potentially Abbey Road. So yeah, I'd love to speak further with you guys, and yeah.
What? This is incredible.
Thank you, babe.
Yeah, we're definitely. I mean, I've been so excited to talk to you. So I'm like, oh, I so wish I was
I
the
know
same.
there's so much to catch up on, isn't there?
I know. I'm just chatting you forever. Okay,
Oh,
let me. I'm gonna dive into your interview part so that I don't take your entire day.
okay.
Okay, I'm gonna read your book, and it's Melle Brown. Is that my
It's
pronouncing?
actually Mel Brown, but
Oh, it's Mel
I
Brown. Oh,
I
I'm
don't.
so sorry.
It's okay. I might make an EP called Belle but Mel, because you know, like Belle from Beauty and the Beast, because everybody says Melle or Melly, and I don't mind, like, because that means if people are typing in Melly, they'll find me online. Does that make
Right,
sense?
right. They're phonetically. Yeah, that
Instead of
totally makes
saying
sense.
like, yeah,
But it's
but
Mel. It's Mel Brown.
yeah, it's Mel Brown.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. Okay,
It's all right.
that just makes sense. Okay, let me remember that. I've totally in my head been saying melee, so that's hilarious.
That's all
Okay,
right.
Mel Brown. Good to know. Okay. You are listening to Femme House Radio with your host, LP Giobbi, and this week we have London native DJ, producer, and radio host Mel Brown. Through productions and DJ mixes, she transports us to realms of sunrise and sunset dance moments, blurring the lines between neo soul, tech, and deep house. She has received rave reviews from the likes of Elton John and remixed such artists as Diplo and Mark Knight. In 2022, Mel dropped Feel About You featuring legend Annie Mac, which was named one of Billboard's best dance tracks of the year and landed a remix for DJ Cozy, which is so cool. She has played Glastonbury Warehouse Project, Boomtown Festival, Defected Croatia, Park Life, and Lost and Found, just to name a few, and took part in a producer mentorship program, which was run by Fred Again and Camille. Welcome to Femme House Radio, Mel Brown. It is such an honor to have you.
Oh, thank you so much. What an introduction. Thank
Look
you,
at all those
LP.
flowers that you should be receiving. This is incredible what you've already done. So tell us about your origin story. How did you get into producing and DJing?
Yeah, sure. So I've just grown up around house music and kind of garage house as well. my mum used to like play a certain CD in the car, and we'd drive around just skanking out, like listening to all the different music. And it's funny because we still got that same CD, and nowadays I actually use some music from it to put into my sets. But
No
I
way.
grew up in Camden in London, and went to the Roundhouse in Camden, and that's where I learned how to produce music and how to DJ as well.
Wow.
Um, and yeah, right. I went to the Brit School and did musical theatre, but I didn't really like myself. I didn't feel like my soul was in musical theatre, and instead I just started producing all the songs that we would dance to in our in our performances. And I was like, do you know what? I think I'm going to go to university and study music production. So that's what I
That
ended up
was
doing.
available to you? You could study music production?
Yeah, in university. So I went to
Wow.
University of West London, and my first EP was my dissertation, and that was called Blossom.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, my first EP was my dissertation, and called Blossom, and I only released it on SoundCloud, but I managed to navigate my way through the music industry, networking and pitching it to different radio stations. It got played on BBC One Extra by Cyan Anderson, and from
What
there
was
on,
that moment like when that happened? Losing your shit?
I literally was, and it was my first ever radio play, and I could clip it and put it in my dissertation, which was crazy to me. And so I ended up getting a first for that, which is great.
I would think so.
And alongside, I was working in the events industry, just trying to like volunteer for different events and music that I loved. And I worked with a lady called Kate Bond, and she ran a company called This Is Wired. At the time, we used to do events in like Shoreditch House, Soho House Group
Cool.
across London. And I made a lineup and invited Jam Supernova to come down and play. And yeah, we met and we just instantly clicked. We really got on, and she asked me what I did, and I said I'm a music producer. And this was maybe like 2017, 2018. And yeah, she said that she's starting a label called Future Bounce the following year, and she'd love to hear my music. And I was DJing at the time, so I was like, okay, cool, I'll mix it in for you now.
No way.
I played
You're
my song. Yeah.
so cool. Oh
I
my
played
God.
my song to her there and then, and she was like, "Yeah, okay, I'm starting a label, and would love to talk further." So, my actual first released EP that went on all streaming platforms was called Intersection,
Yep.
and yeah, the lead single "Background Noise" got support from Elton John on Apple.
What the hell?
Yeah. It was crazy. It really was.
I mean, that's so quick for that to happen. Like, I'm just gonna go to school for music production. I'm gonna make this also like the fact that I mean, it took me like 5, 6 years to make anything that didn't sound like trash when I first started producing. So like, okay, I'm gonna produce this into
And
like
me too. Seriously.
LP. Like, and then I mean, your first release, Elton John. I mean, that is incredible.
Thank you, babe. It really was a bit surreal. And I was working at a record label at the time as well, and just like as an assistant. So all this stuff started happening, and I just didn't really know kind of how to, what to do next, kind of thing. And
No kidding.
yeah, I met my lovely manager. We used to work together, and then I decided to take the jump and leave and do music full time, basically. So that's kind of the journey that I've been on now. And so, yeah, I'm just grateful to places like the Roundhouse, who help young people realize their creative, passions and dreams, and just even have the equipment to learn how to produce.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
yeah.
Well, it sounds like that is something that we touched on this earlier, but you're going to be venturing into helping young people learn how to produce music next year. Do you want to
Yeah.
talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So I'm running a platform called Melody Agency, Mellody, and next year we're going to be branching into the youth sector to be able to support up and coming producers, and just people who want more guidance in the music industry, don't really necessarily know where to start, or haven't seen many people that look like them doing what they want to do. So yeah, that's my next step. I want to be able to
That is so
encourage,
cool.
empower the younger generation to,
Well, we
yeah.
at Femme completely support that mission. And I think that is so and I also think that is really, a lot of times we obviously do the educational workshops and courses and stuff, but most of the questions we get are like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
I've started making music, but how do I really get into the music industry? And my next question for you is also that you're really respected on the industry side of things as well. Like you have a seat at the table, so to speak, and you've interviewed folks like Niles Rogers for Apple Music, which is insane. So what
Yeah.
is the importance to you to, you've worked for a record label, you've done radio plugging. What is the importance of you to be an artist and also understand the industry side of things?
I think to be honest, it's really helpful to be able to understand the industry side of things as well. But interestingly, I don't always treat myself like I'll give other artists advice, but sometimes I won't take on the advice. Do you know what I mean? As an artist
I
myself,
mean,
so
that's pretty normal human behavior. Yes.
yeah, it's pretty hard to like try and navigate between the two minds sometimes because I've got an incredible manager and I have to learn to let go and let her do what she's amazing at, and that's why you build a team, isn't it, really? But it's helpful in terms of like when I am in release mode, knowing like who to pitch my music to, or knowing maybe where something would sit, or how you build a record, how you build a single. That's been really helpful in terms of building my creative ideas when it comes to marketing music. I'm not as confident as I should be, but I'm getting there day by day.
Good.
And,
Good.
yeah,
That's all we
it's
can
just
do for.
nice. Yeah, it's just nice to be able to share that knowledge with my other artist friends and like help
Yeah.
to point them in the right direction. Because yeah, I'm all about community really, and it just really means a lot to me to share that knowledge. So it's
Yeah,
helpful.
that's beautiful. I'm W Hotel's global music director and work with Femme House, and I find that sometimes as an artist I feel like a bit of a commodity at times, and being
Yeah.
able to to help my friends out or to book other artists that I love and put money in their pockets, or it makes me feel more whole understanding the other side and having and being able to contribute to to like the industry,
Mm.
so to speak. It makes me feel less like a commodity, and that's kind of why I like to spend it's like it's a weird
Yeah, it's true.
it makes me feel like I have a little bit more control than I think I have or something.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I just really respect how much you've learned from that side and how much you're also helping, the youth and that you're taking that knowledge and sharing. I think that's really cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's nice to be able to do, but also like you say, I think being multifaceted in the music industry is quite important in ways. And obviously, you want to focus on like when you're producing, when you're in a studio, that's all you're focusing on. Do you know what I mean? And when you're
Yes.
DJing, that is in the moment. But to be able to, you know, find more purpose other than sharing great music with people, that's kind of what I'm looking for in 2024. Finding like even more
Yes.
purpose.
Yes, I have no doubt you'll do whatever you want to do. You're one of those.
Thank
Last
you.
question. If you could put together your dream lineup, who would be on it?
Oh my gosh.
I
Wow.
know this is such a hard
Dream
one.
lineup. That's
Dream
such a
lineup
hard
with no
question.
limitations. You have the piece of
Okay.
paper, whoever you want.
Well, seeing as you was one of my top artists of 2023, and I even got a personal message from you on my Spotify Wrapped, I would say
Of course, in my
Ellie.
bathroom right next door. Yes.
um, yeah, literally, it was like this is such a full circle moment. So yeah, yourself, if you will be on my lineup.
I'm honored. Yes, I would play for you. I'm honored.
I would have Kerry Chandler. Um,
Oh,
I'm obsessed
I would.
with him.
I have. Oh my gosh, that's a great. So far, one of the best answers I've heard.
And I would have DJ Minx. Um, who else
She
would I
is
have? I'd have
incredible. I just did a Femme House interview with her, and she is incredible.
She is insane. I had the pleasure of playing with her in Ibiza this year, and my goodness, what an inspiration, you know? So we've already got two powerful women on the lineup. I would also, there's a DJ called Lev in London at the moment who's doing incredible things. She's up and coming, but she's smashing it. And
How do you
her
spell
Lev,
that? Okay, Cool.
Yeah, her music taste is just great, and she really knows how to warm a crowd up. So I'd have
Mm.
Lev. And I would also, I'd love to go somewhere like a Salute, something that's like a little bit more electronic vibes,
This.
dance music vibes. Disclosure, I've been a fan of since I was
Uh,
like since that Settle album came out. Yeah, I've been listening to them
Dude,
religiously.
I saw them the first time they came to the US. They played this tiny venue. There were maybe 250 people there, and they played really
Wow.
quick. Yeah, and that like Latch had come out maybe like a week before or something,
Okay,
and
yeah.
it was just I remember thinking this is a special moment. Like I was so aware that this was so special to see
It
them at
was.
the in this room, you know? And
Yeah,
yeah,
because you knew what was gonna come. You could
yeah,
feel the energy of what was gonna
yep.
come next. There's so many people I love. I'm obsessed with Moody Man as well.
Sick.
Yeah, there's too many.
This is a
Sean
great
McCabe,
lineup. I think sorry, who?
Sean McCabe from Bristol.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
he's an incredible producer and has supported me a lot also on my journey. He's done a few remixes for me. And I'd love to have Annie Mac as well.
I was gonna say,
If
what
she
is?
would,
I mean, she has amazing teams
yeah,
because she's a legend, man. What she has done for the industry is just mind blowing,
it really is, and I'm
and how
just
much
so
she loves
grateful.
you and supports you, and it's just
Yeah,
incredible.
it's something that amazes me every day, but she's just the loveliest friend and loveliest person, and she just understands, what it's like being, a DJ, a woman in this industry. And, I think she's always putting on new talent and has always been an ear to find tastemakers in the UK and beyond. And yeah, it would just be an honor to to book her
Ah,
for
so cool.
at a festival. I'm in awe of her. So yeah,
Well, this is an amazing lineup. I hope that we get to attend the show one day. Thank you so
yeah,
much for being
same.
on House Radio. We love what you are doing. We love your music. We love what you stand for. We are huge supporters. Keep doing you.
Thank you so much, LP, for your support, and you've been a massive inspiration to me over the years as well. So thank you for doing what you do. And
Thank
yeah, it's helped me as well.
you. Yay. Can we stop? Okay.